I might be done after this. This might be I was so I did a lot of, I did a bit of research on this game too after this, because I was just kind of curious. Like I mentioned how I like to do the blind playthrough thing, but I kind of looked up just to see what else there was on the Steam store page. The main thing was I was really curious to see how much more there was to this game, and I looked at the screenshots and also just the little blurb about the game. There's a lot of game left here. Like I was talking about, I'm worried that this will be a really short one, and that because it's so good they couldn't afford to. There's no way they could keep this up long enough for the full length of a proper game. But it's like, no, they said they advertised like more than 65 levels, and it's like 10 different zones, and it's like, oh my god. And it's like, oh yes, more of this, please. Yes, even more and more. This will go on for ages, and it'll be a fantastic time. And it's like a real game. This is like they made a real game. It's like an indie developer like making a retro style game, and they made a real game that stands up to the old ones. It's like exactly. And without like the lack of ambition I was talking about, it's like, oh, fantastic. Oh, and the trailer for this game too. It was so fun. You guys just got to check out the trailers for this game. It's like the greatest trailers ever. Like, I'm not even kidding. They got like a hip hop song. Oh, blow it up with explosives. Okay, so they're introducing a new thing instead of switches. It's okay. And hopefully that was the end of that horse shit. Oh, they're really dark, are they? Oh, and we got this guy. He looks like the frickin' penciled. And it's like his portrait in the corner doesn't. Oh, yeah, this isn't. Okay, that's fine. Good job. This isn't really dark. I can actually still see everything just fine. That's fine. Okay, I was like really worried for a second. It's like I don't necessarily mind darkness gimmicks if they're done well. It's like if they're designed correctly around it. And actually, there's one part, one of the most frustrating parts I thought of Shovel Knight actually was a darkness gimmick that was done really poorly. I thought, where it was just made like really difficult to actually see where your character was, and it was like really annoying, and you had to like wait around. Fuck. Oh, I keep forgetting. Yeah, you've got to. So it's like you press the button to get your little Nicky out. You press that button to get him out, but then you got to press in one of the directional buttons to actually get him moving. So it's like I press triangle to shoot him off, expecting him to shoot off, but he doesn't shoot off because he won't go anywhere until you press a direction. So I'm like thinking triangle down to get him to make that corner, but I'm just pressing like down, just heading him straight into the ground and blowing myself up with him because he's a traitor like that. Oh well, we're back in kind of good times territory. This is like a real level, man. And they totally fucked up. Like I was just saying it, like I love the style of like the big open levels and all that good stuff, and they've really done that. And then more big open keycard based levels, please, and not like the relatively short linear action based ones, because those ones have kind of sucked so far. Actually, that's not true, actually, now that I think of it. The spider level was pretty badass. That was a really well executed, well laid out chase sequence. So yeah, I could do for more of those. Fuck. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, and again with the foreground, background thing. You guys. Damn it, Wonderfling. It's like I saw your little trailer video with like the rap music and the one with like the freak out 90s narrator guy, and it's like before the last little bits, I was like liking you more and more. It was like, oh, these guys, Wonderfling, so awesome. I just absolutely love these guys. They're the best, so cool. And then you start throwing this shit at me with more platforms that blend into the background. It's like, It's just so frustrating to me when it's it's like that close to being a masterpiece. And I was just talking about how this game is like super awesome, approaching masterpiece territory. Oh, and yeah, I didn't think I could go down there because I thought that pipe was a foreground element. Oh my goodness. I'm kind of curious, actually, to go back and play some more, like, some of those old-school Apogee type 2D PC shooters, just to see if that was actually... Oh, God. And again, I was expecting to... Frick! Because, yeah, there's, like, if anything, that pipe here, like this pipe here, pops out from the background more to me than this platform I'm standing on. It's like, oh my god. And okay, I actually, yeah, in my bit of research, I found out that these guys, Wonderfling. So yeah, they call it, yeah, it's Terrian Saga KR-17 for a reason. They are actually planning to make this a series, which apparently spans multiple genres, is what they say. So apparently the next Terrian Saga, or I keep saying Tyrion, which is a different PC game. Or a different kind of old-school PC game, a different genre of old-school PC game, as it happens. But yeah. What was I going to say? I can't remember. Oh yeah, so yeah, they said they're going to make it like a multi-genre series. Yeah, if on the off chance that Wonderfling is actually, or any, if the devs are watching this, please, for the love of God, bring in a usability expert for your next game. Please. You are so close with this one. This is like, apart from this little, these niggling little, usability interface affordance type issues, this is like such a fantastic game apart from that, but yeah, the parts where it is screwing that up is getting more and more frustrating. Or actually, no, I don't need to use the missile, buddy. What am I thinking? You can just get a grenade, and it'll blow up, and it's down. Oh god, we gotta find 12 of these. Okay, we might be kind of starting to see a bit of that sprawl I was talking about, which is kind of a problem with these types of games that I was also talking about. Oh well, it's not a problem yet. I don't even... Okay, hashtag 360 no scope. Nice. Or I guess maybe, is that the first time I tried to jump onto that pipe again. Ugh. Oh well, maybe it's just for this area. But yeah, it's seriously, almost everything about this game, absolutely, it's astounding. I've been so impressed with most of the stuff I've seen so far. Again, with the fundamentals, the important stuff. But yeah, the little niggling usability type stuff becoming increasingly problematic. I have not seen a checkpoint. Is this how hard mode works? You just don't get checkpoints anymore after a certain... Because, yeah, my goodness, I have not seen a checkpoint since, the start of the stage, I don't think. If I die here... Oh, man. Oh, this isn't a complaint, though, because, oh my god, the tension. Oh, and there's a puddle here. Oh, I don't know if I can make that jump. Okay, I did not see that block there. It kind of blended into the background. Again. Ugh. I hope that doesn't end up being the rest of the playthrough. It's just me complaining of every single time. Oh, save point. Thank you, God. It's it's kind of funny. It makes me think of... Dark Souls, just because that's apparently the thing nowadays, is just anytime... I guess that's a bit of a topic I could maybe go into. A lot of games get compared to Dark Souls these days, where it's just... anytime a game kind of involves, that kind of thing that you just heard from me, it's a checkpoint, thank God. Where it's that kind of more, like I was saying, more space between checkpoint, challenging games with a bit more space between checkpoints so that there's something actually at stake, and it actually, it actually kind of feels bad, feels like you've lost something every time you fail. And that's a good thing. Sure, it's kind of aggravating if it happens too much, but it adds tension, and that's, so much, for me at least. It's, absolutely crucial in holding my interest in a game. For me personally, at least, and for a lot of other people, too. And that's, and yeah, sort of the catch-all phrase for that is, it's like Dark Souls. Because, yeah, that's of course, something Dark Souls did exceptionally well, is that whole sense of, yeah, oh my god, or say it, oh my god, when's the next checkpoint? I really don't want to die now. Oh my god, there's a bunch of monsters. Please let me survive this so I don't have to replay everything all over again. It's just all all the tension and the suspense, and you just gotta going forward so carefully, and it's every movement matters, and it's just like Dark Souls is what they say these days, but it's that's not really the exclusive domain of Dark Souls, really. It's like nowadays we say, oh, like Dark Souls, but it's we had a different term for that kind of thing back in the day. We called those kinds of back in the day, we used to call those video games. It's like, and it's like, oh, it just kills me. It's like every time I see like any sort of remotely challenging game with like with actual tension, which actually requires something of the player in order to perform well on it and actually get through the game. And it's like, and yeah, anytime you see that in a game nowadays, you'll see people say it's like, oh, it's reminiscent of Dark Souls, and it's like, no, come on, it's just video games. Come on, guys. Do you remember what video games used to be like? That's just a little bit of a tangent. And that was a great moment when we haven't made so much progress without seeing a checkpoint, and it's like, yeah, I just love those kinds of moments. Fuck all the haters who are just bitching about not enough checkpoints and whatever. And oh god, the people who bitch about the lack of infrequency of checkpoints in like Tomb Raider 3. Man, the lack of checkpoints in Tomb Raider 3 was what made that game great. Tomb Raider 3 is a better game than all the other Tomb Raider games because it had infrequent checkpoints. There, I'm gonna fucking say it. Controversy stirred up successfully, I hope. Although that's kind of aggravating. Wait, what's with that gauge on the left? I just noticed that. Wow, that's kind of interesting. Man, and now that... Man, talk about your interface. Okay, maybe they talked about it during that cutscene and I just wasn't paying attention. Because, you know, paying attention to cutscenes in games is... Especially when I'm doing video commentary over that is just like... Oh, it is... I talk about this literally every like commentated video I've ever done. I think I've mentioned this, but I have such difficulty reading and doing commentary at the same time. It is like 10 times more difficult, at least more than 10 times more difficult than playing and commentating is reading and commentating. Or maybe this is supposed to be a dead end and I'm actually supposed to have all of the things. Oh no, you just gotta jump. Just gotta jump correctly. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, we made a tricky jump there. That was actually... Oh, yeah. I'm really digging this. So, yeah, apart from that, the shit I've been complaining about, but yeah, like I said, all the shit about the foreground, background blending in, some little bits about... Oh, there's a checkpoint. But like I said, the fundamentals in this game, level design, solid. Basic mechanics, physics, movement, all that, solid. The variety of different weapons and, having... And actually making them matter because the enemies do different things, solid. Enemy variety, the variety of obstacles. Oh, God, okay, we're back in flavor country. I don't even know what that phrase means. I just heard people say, I'm in flavor country. I don't know. I think it's a good thing, whatever. If I'm using it incorrectly, I'm sort of making up a new usage for it right now. We're back in flavor country right now. I'm like, yeah, having the good times are back again. Which is good. That's always like my greatest fear. Ever since La Mulana, during La Mulana, I remember it's like every single time when something. Oh, and that pipe is in the foreground. The other ones that blend. Okay, I guess that one pops a little bit. No, it really doesn't. If anything, that one blends into the background even more than the other ones in the previous level. Okay. Oh, we got like a puzzle, almost, kind of. Oh. Okay, so then with this... That's interesting. I don't know what to do about it, but it's interesting. I think I got it. Yes, I've got it. That was cool. We've got a puzzle now. That was a good one, too. That was... Fuck. Okay. Oh, have I fucked it? I think I fucked it. Oh yeah, game over, man. Oh well, I had the solution there, I just pressed over a little bit too far. The physics are a bit slippery in this game, which I actually like. I like kind of momentum-based physics. It's like, yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog is this... Whoa! Okay, that I don't like. That kind of slipperiness where you dash when you don't want to. Could do without that, but yeah, that little bit of slipperiness I just really like. It requires a little bit of finesse for you to actually... to actually control your character and make him do what you want to. I don't know. It's something I like in video games. It's when it actually, you know, like I was saying earlier, games that actually require something of you in order to succeed. It's just, yeah, really cool. Oh, so much good stuff in this game. And it's like, yeah, I'm like afraid of good games now because I'm just always afraid they're gonna jump the shark at some point. Okay, there we go. And okay, so we want as much of a head start on this one as we can. Because, yeah, if we don't get it all the way... And run, and score a touchdown! Yeah! Oh man, I almost expected that. I was almost going to move that forward because I thought it was going to bounce off the box. And then this level, suddenly we have... Oh, this shit again. Oh well, at least we can see what we're doing this time. And because this is kind of a big, long level... I would suspect that they're not going to do this for too long. I wonder if the designers actually thought of, like, you know, like... Because that seems like such an obviously bad thing, is, you know, the bit where... Having bits where you need to tap, you know, tap forward little bits at a time, and... in order to follow this crate. And then, in addition to that, having double tap to dash controls in your game. I wonder if these guys are the kind of developers who would say, oh yeah, that's totally an intended bit of the challenge in the game. It's like, ugh. No, it's just a bit of aggravation. You'd have better controls if you just had a freaking button for the dash. But yeah, it's a tiny little thing. We haven't seen too much of that yet, so I'm okay, yeah, I spent enough time dwelling on the bad stuff while the bad stuff was happening, but we got good stuff happening now. Oh. Kind of clipped through. The hitbox on this guy is another thing I kind of... Oh, wait, so he, like, doesn't even make it up to that one? But then these ones... Oh, I can see there's, like, a slightly different, I guess. But, yeah, you can see he like, clips through this one. But this one... Yeah, those are exactly the same. Oh my god, you guys. You can't even get consistency on, like, the hitboxes of identical-looking tiles? That's not like super aggravating in practice. It's just kind of... I mean, actually it is, because it makes it difficult to judge whether certain jumps are possible. Oh my god, you guys... Fucking Wonderfling, please, for the love of God, hire a usability expert for your next game. This is getting ridiculous. Like I mentioned how, like, these kinds of mistakes are common in indie games. This might be, like, the worst in terms of those kinds of mistakes. Like, yeah, I'd say those kinds of mistakes are more rampant in this game than in any other indie game I've played in, like, a really long time. Which is not to say that this is a bad game. Like I said, fundamentals trump everything. Just the basic mechanics, all the stuff I've been praising all this time. Solid. Better than solid. I'd go so far as to say fantastic. I'm really enjoying this game so far, which is... And for that reason, I'm really hating all of these little missteps that it's making that are just kind of making things needlessly aggravating. And okay, if you guys couldn't tell, I actually come from, like, a little bit of, like, a UI, it's been so long since I've done it, I don't even remember, an HCI background. That's not my specialty or anything, but I spent a couple summers back in university working in as a research assistant in the HCI lab, HCI being the acronym for Human Computer Interaction, which is a lot of, like, you know, interface type stuff. Like it says, human computer interaction, which is, yeah, basically kind of what it suggests, is sort of facilitating smoother, more clean interactions between humans and computers, which is mainly a lot of interface stuff, a lot of stuff about what are the best ways to make a good interface that's sort of intuitive to a user, or what are unique devices, or, you know, different and innovative ways that we can interface with computers and all that kind of stuff. A lot of unique device type stuff, a lot of UI type stuff, that kind of thing. I did a lot of experiments regarding what types of interfaces are best for certain types of tasks, and experimenting with different ways to utilize certain special UI devices and that kind of thing. And also just, running experiments along those lines. And so that's kind of why I'm harping And yeah, also a lot of the classes or a few of the classes I took in university were also HCI related. So it's just, yeah, and even before university, to be honest, I tend to pay attention to a lot of this kind of stuff even before I started, you know, kind of studying it in earnest. So it's like, yeah, this kind of stuff like really gets kind of under my skin. Doubly so if it kind of mars an otherwise spectacular game. But yeah, I'm kind of harping on things. Like I said, I wanted to stop. Don't harp on things unless they're actually, you know, actually occurring in the present. That's kind of what I find with a lot of games just games in general, is that, or at least when I'm doing commentary, the bad bits kind of tend to overshadow. What? Please tell me that this is a hidden passageway and was 100% intentional. There was a jump pad, like a jet earlier. You guys. Can I even get out of this? Okay, can we... is there... Nope, I think I am actually just glitched. Okay, can we shotgun our way? Nope, I am glitched in... this is the wall glitch, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I just suicided there with a grenade to get out of that. Was not expecting that. This game has been pretty solid up until this point. Like, in terms of, you know, the programming and everything. Oh, there was another save point here. Those are pretty close together, but, how did that even happen? Because it was like... Oh, yeah, I guess it was a hitbox thing. Because, yeah, I was like... Is this consistent? Can I replicate this? Because, yeah, I was like... It seemed like I was just, like, suddenly warped into the wall there. It was like I was jumping down onto the exit, and then suddenly... Oh, I can actually rapid fire when I hold down the button. I have been tapping like an idiot up until now. Oh, I see. Okay, it was probably something to do with that event there. Then is probably what triggered that. Can I... It looks like I should be able to do something to get... I am trapped. Oh, I just pressed down again. Oh, I see. So... Okay, apparently I just needed to, head second exit. So, okay, so it's probably something about triggering that event that caused that glitch. Oh, well. Oh, that actually makes me kind of a bit more impressed. I have no idea, like, exactly what kind of studio these Wonderfling guys are. Whether they're, like, a large development team. Like, you know, these indie games kind of come in all sizes. Like, you've got... And typically the size of the team is usually directly proportional to the quality of the game. Like, I remember Volgar the Viking was like a fantastic kind of retro-styled indie game. And that was, yeah, one of the best in... One of the best in recent years, I think. Right up there with Shovel Knight, in my opinion. That one, I believe, had a fairly large team involved, as did Shovel Knight. And so it's like I tend to assume that, like, yeah, the larger productions, the better games tend to have the larger production staff. So, like, based on that, I kind of expected that this game would have, you know, a fairly large team behind it. But yeah, with all of these, like, little programming glitches and, you know, the kind of... Yeah, the lack of options in terms of, like, yeah, the graphics and stuff, and the little niggling interface bits, makes me think that this might have been, like, a really small... Like, there were... Yeah, like, the advertised... Like, the little trailer I was talking about just showed 2 guys in it. Based on a lot of the, like, really rough edges I'm seeing here, kind of makes me think that this might have been just, like, a simple 2-man production, straight up, with, like, pretty much... With, like, almost no one else. Which would be actually super impressive. Like, if this is, like, just literally just a 2-man production and no one else, this would be, like, one of the best games from a team of that size that I've ever seen. I'm curious to research that now. It's like, I mean, okay, it's impressive, but it's like, you know, that doesn't really... It doesn't make the game any better, but it's just, you know, it makes it kind of impressive. Put it this way, the fact that Cave Story was made by just one guy really impresses me, but it doesn't really make me... It doesn't, like, increase my drive to play the game anymore. It doesn't make me think any more highly of the game itself. Oh, I didn't push the button. Oh, we're on a boat now. Ha!